Hello and welcome to another review video in World of Warplanes. And now this has got to be the third one I've done trying to review this, because I've messed up the last two. So hopefully this one's going to go rather very well. And we're going to be reviewing the Spitfire MK1 with the Mark II airframe upgrade. And we have the 303 machine guns currently installed on this aircraft. I'll let you know why I have that in a minute instead of the fully upgraded with the 220mm guns. And we have the third upgrade on the engine, and as I said, the upgrade on the airframe. So let's get into some things like the guns. As I said before, we have 303 machine guns, or 7.7, whatever you call it, and this is a lot of firepower, and it really does show. This aircraft is able to take out aircraft below it of its same tier and of the tier above. It does very well in being able to maneuver or outmaneuver aircraft, and climbing is relatively good. You can get up to about 4,000 or 5,000 feet, no problem whatsoever. So these 303 machine guns allow you to be rather very maneuverable, compared to the upgrade which you can get is it replaces 4 303s with 220mm cannons. So why have I chosen to have the 303s when obviously the cannons add more firepower compared? This is because the 303s give me much more turning manoeuvrability within the aircraft and more firepower at range.
Enemy damage.
Whereas with my 20mm guns, I have to be close to do any kind of damage to that kind of aircraft.
That's one down.
Whereas with my 303s I can do damage at range. Also, the 303s give me a lot more manoeuvrability with my aircraft. Kind of in the stats, you're only given, say, 6 or 7 minuses of manoeuvrability and speed, or whatever it is. But this is noticeable, unlike on the other airplanes. So if you're a dogfighter like me, having that extra manoeuvrability does make a difference when having these 303s. It's still quite a lot of firepower. It's quite easy to take out B-40s like that.
That's 2 down.
Especially using the flaps, that adds a little bit more to your turning circle. So keep that in mind when you're taking out other aircraft.
Hit.
Going against aircraft like the F4U, it would be nice to have 20mm. There we go. In terms of heating up of these guns, they don't heat up very fast. You can hold down the trigger for a long time. You don't boost them or anything. Burst them or anything. So it is really kind of a good idea to at least get used to having your 303s and then have a go at having the 20mm afterwards. It is useful for you to upgrade to the 20mm because you'll be able to use them in the Mark V Spitfire when you unlock it. And you will need that firepower so that you can go against the Tier 6 and Tier 7 aeroplanes. Having 303s is fine going against Tier 6, but not going against a Tier 7, believe me. So, in terms of speed, this aircraft is rather very fast, 170 miles per hour generally on average. If you're diving from a high height, you can reach 230 and above easily. But bear in mind that coming out of that dive can take a little bit longer compared to slightly more maneuverable aircraft such as the Russian aeroplanes. So be careful when you're tailing things like that. You can easily take out the lags, which was a little harder with other airplanes. This deals with them quite easily. The only thing you have to be aware of is when you're taking out the IL-2s that have the rear gunners, because they are powerful. You may have 200 health, but that 200 health is more than enough if you're taking on other aircraft, fighters and whatever you. But if you're going against or coming up against a heavy fighter, you will be gone in seconds, believe me. So don't take them head on at least. If you're going on behind them, you need to watch out because some other aircraft have less damage from the rear compared to others. For example, the IL-2 mod does a lot of damage quickly, whereas some of the German aircraft hardly do any damage at all to you, although it sounds like it. So you need to know what aircraft you're taking on and how much damage they're going to do to you if you're going to do it. Best tactic I've found with this aircraft is to take out all the fighters first and then attack the bombers at the end. You're helping your team in two ways then. Of course, you're taking out the aircraft that can shoot them down. Your bombers can get to work, but also then you're kind of distracting the fighters away and leaving other people with more firepower to take out the bombers. So is this a good idea to use that Spitfire in the best possible way to help out your team? So, as I said, this is a fast maneuverable aircraft with the 8303s. The 20mm guns, which will look like more or less this, do a lot of damage, but you have to be close to your prey to be able to kill them. So bear that in mind when you're using them. And then you can use them in your upgrades for the Mark V Spitfire, as shown here. So, I hope this review has helped some of you decide. I have got to say that if I had the choice between a BF-109 and a Spitfire, I would choose the Spitfire. The BF-109Es are maneuverable, but this will outmaneuver them easily. BF-109Es and Fs used to be kind of the best in maneuverability terms once you got a little bit higher, with kind of the added firepower, but this outmatches definitely in maneuverability, but will not outmatch your Russian or possibly the Japanese counterparts, so be careful. But as I say, I'd rather have a Spitfire any day. I can really throw this aircraft about, and it is something really pleasurable to fly in the game. So, once you have got these upgrades, why it has got me to buy these again, I don't know, but as you can see, if you have the normal airframe, you get plus 20, plus 6 and plus 7. The added Merlin engines will give you kind of a little bit more, 21 airspeed. You minus 2 maneuverability, but for the airspeed it's worth it. The highest engine will give you an extra 13 airspeed, so this is a good aircraft, and I would recommend you have a go at flying it, because it is really good to fly. And when you get up to the Mark V, which I'll review at some point in the future, because I haven't really done much with this aircraft yet, but there isn't really much in terms of upgrades, so it's more of the next Spitfire that things become kind of interesting, because you can have 250mm Browning machine guns, or cannons, 220 and 250 cannons. I'm guessing that could damage a lot if you're able to get behind someone and hit in the right spot. So, I will see you guys in the next video. If you enjoy this video, then please thumbs it up and subscribe. And if you want to ask any questions, if you think there's anything that I've missed, then post them in the comments below and I'll answer them. And if there are enough questions, then I will stick all the answers in another review video of this aircraft. So, as I said, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed this. Goodbye. No, F9.